Hi guys, good morning. It's Mark Dawes. It's Wednesday the 30th of July, and I just want to read an email that came to me at 2:35 yesterday afternoon on the 12th of July. I'll read you the email and then we can discuss some points at the end, but it's really interesting, so please do watch this through. It's only a couple of minutes. It says, "We have just defended a 12-year-old boy with autism from getting a police caution that had used self-defense in an incident at school. Despite the school having had positive handling training, they felt that the lad's actions were totally unacceptable and had tried to make the 12-year-old boy change his honestly held belief to say that he was wrong, and that was when the parent contacted me. In the following meetings, the school was very defensive and subjective, even after the appropriate laws were explained to them, as well as the fact that the lad with autism would not have been able to process information in the same way as someone without autism would obviously be able to do so. Now, one of the parents of the 7 other lads that were picking on this one lad took it to the police even after their son said that he'd admitted to starting the fight. All of this, I believe, was fueled by the response of the lad that was being attacked, and this is the lad with autism and ADHD. He pulled his attacker down to the floor by his hair and kicked him in the head twice. They felt, the school obviously, that kicking someone in the head was unacceptable, and they could not see that the lad just did what he honestly felt in a moment of fear. In the end, I, the person who sent me the email, said to the parent, who's a single parent, when the police invite you down to take the caution, tell them that you are not accepting the caution and that you will see them in court. This was done, and after silence, then a bit of a bluster, the police officer said, "We'll get back to you on this." They did the next day, and they dropped all the charges. Now, I can't comment on the specifics of the case because I wasn't involved with it, but I can vouch for the person that was involved in the case. But what I'm very proud of is the fact that an NFPS trained trainer actually stood the line and supported a parent and a child in what must have been a very, very vulnerable and frightening situation, because they had the weight of the school and the police actually against their son. And this is a very vulnerable child with autism and ADHD. Now, this is what I believe makes the NFPS family special. We don't just train people, we actually go that extra mile, and Duncan and his team have actually done that. Now, the person who actually sent me the email, by the way, is Duncan White of IBA UK Limited. Obviously, brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Now, for me, and Andy Gibb, who's running the safeguarding course in August, there are certainly safeguarding issues to do with this, and there's possibly breaches of other legislation out there, from health and safety to the Children's Act, and possibly even the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, various breaches there that this family could probably bring an action against, particularly if the police and the school have not had any appropriate safeguarding training and they haven't followed the appropriate processes. But that's another issue, and that's for the parent to take up. And I'm sure Duncan and his team will help if they can. For me, and Duncan, this is a shout out for you, our friend. I just want to say I'm really proud of what you've done, you and your team. I'm proud of the fact that you've supported this family in a time what must have been an extreme amount of distress for them. It's an awful lot of worry when you get an authority like a school and the police actually saying, look, we're going to take action against you. But the proof's in the pudding. You stood the line, you advised, and obviously the police have dropped the charges. Now, I can't comment on what their reasoning is for dropping charges, whether that was the case, that they didn't want to go to court because they didn't have the evidence or not, but the fact of the matter is that the situation is resolved and this family now have nothing to worry about. What I would say is that if the police or the school haven't had appropriate safeguarding training and aren't aware of legislation, then that leaves them, pretty, liable under various pieces of legislation, from health and safety through to children's legislation, through the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, and also safeguarding policies and protocols. And I've contacted Andy Gibb about this, who's running our safeguarding course for us in August, and I'm pretty sure Andy will have a view on this. But anyway, guys, girls, leave your comments below. I'll be interested on your feedback on this one. But, I'm really proud of you guys. Thanks ever so much, and I'll speak to you soon.